Alrighty, what is up guys? Today we are working on the bike finally. Still don't have all the parts for it, but we are gonna go ahead and give this thing a go. Today, what I kind of want to get tackled is the oil pan gasket. Did finally get all of the plastics painted. You can see them all right here. So I will have to assemble all that stuff, and the main reason why I haven't started doing all that yet is because I got the radiator cage in, but I did not get the fans. So it takes a two of the smaller R6 Panasonic fans, and that's kind of like the last piece I'm waiting on to come in the mail. I did order the 310 brake bracket, the big rotor kit, and then also I have a sprocket coming for the other side. So all I really need is the chain, and that's basically it. You need to still go pick up some oil and stuff like that once I drop the panel. I'll obviously have to put new oil in, but that's not a big deal. I can grab that whenever. Have a little bit of engine ice. I need to get a little bit more. Just waiting on those fans, because once I get the plastics all built and ready to go on, I don't want to have to take it all back off when I get the new fans. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. It had an aftermarket radiator on it originally, and the tabs, I don't know if you can see that, but the tabs are all messed up. Started to pull itself because it didn't have anything to support it when he was doing wheelies and stuff, so it's a little messed up. And aftermarket radiators don't fit the DCP cages very good, so I got this used OEM one. Should work just fine for what I need it for. And then I did get my cage and stuff repowdered and all that, because it was all blue. I got all new hardware for that. The green RSC is no longer green. I went ahead and got that powdered as well, so that is all good to go. New lines. I'm gonna drop the radiator, drop the exhaust, and then drain the oil, take the pan out. I'll be putting the new gasket in. It's basically to help with when you're in a wheelie, keeps oil at the front so it doesn't starve it. It's from On Point is who sells it. Kind of pricey for what it is. It's just a metal gasket, but it was $100. But if it saves the bike, it's a lot cheaper than an engine, so went ahead and bought that. I'm going to be putting that in. So yeah, I'll just time lapse this or whatever as I'm going. I got the camera set up on my hat right now, so I'm trying to see if that angle will work good or not. So yeah, I'm gonna start tearing this all apart, get the exhaust off, the radiator, and all that stuff, and you guys can kind of watch as I go. now that the pan is off, I am getting ready to put the sealer on. Everybody recommends using this Honda Bond 4 gasket maker. Most important thing I guess for this is to get the gasket maker on both sides of the pan and the motor itself, and then you want to position this up in here because you can't set it on there and then set this whole thing up. You have to it has to slide through that little hole right there. So once it's up there, then it'll sit where it needs to sit, but it can't. You got to put it on separately. So that's kind of a thing I wish I would have known in the beginning. Worked on my buddy's bike and we had the same issue. So yep, just make sure it's pretty clean, not a lot of oil, and then we'll just dabble this on. Just put like a little bit on your finger and dab it onto it. That way it doesn't leave an excess amount of gasket maker when it's all said and done. Alright, so the pan is on. GoPro died, so it keeps dying. I think the battery's junk in it, but yeah, pan is on. I'm gonna let that set up and dry. Probably go grab some oil. They usually say let it set up overnight before we put oil in it or whatever, but either way, I think you're fine. It's not a huge deal. I've waited like 10-15 minutes and put oil in it. It was fine too. So, but I'm not in a big rush. Obviously, it's not going anywhere. Now I can at least. Still waiting on the fans. Once the fans come in, I can get the radiator and stuff put back in there, and get the exhaust back on and all that good stuff. So getting pretty close. Might mess with the plastics a little bit, get them kind of starting to put together, and go from there. But yep, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.